Hey guys, Lucid, welcome back. Sorry, I'm messing with the mic. Yeah, okay, so it's turn 17. And things are going swimmingly. We found a magic site. The Painted Cave. This actually is a nice one. This is Earth Astral. Or no, just Astral. What am I thinking of? It's Earth Astral. But we like Astral Gems. That puts our Astral income up at 3, so that's a 50% increase there. And then we have some battles. This is our mercs going on top of the fort. Now, I was worried... He didn't really have a way to reinforce with his army here, but I was worried if he did a big PD dump and I didn't send my my undead, that we could lose. So we'll see how this goes. This is just about 10 PD, probably. So, I mean, I'm sure we're going to win, but the real question is, do we take attrition? So you can see the round of archers not really do anything. They took literally 0 damage from that whole volley. These guys... Okay, they took about 2, and then these guys are about to fire. And you can see the crossbow round is a bit different. Now, the riskiest part of this whole thing, really, is going to be the crossbow volley while they're retreating. So hopefully they killed this guy. Kill him quickly. Oh, shit. Alright, that's good. So the crossbow volley did not hit our dudes. Because I could have lost 2 or 3 ice guard from crossbow volleys. Okay, so that was clean. We only lost... Okay, we lost nothing. Coming down here... Now, the fact that we're having a battle in the fort means we did not have a battle on the outside. And what that means is his big army, which was coming out to fight me, I was wondering kind of how he would play it, and he's gonna have one big battle left at his cap, I think. He's turned that army around. He's trying to get all his force, which honestly is the smart thing to do. I mean... The problem with that, though, is he's going to take such a huge loss that it's unlikely he can ever recover from it, even if he wins a battle or two. But it's probably the strategy which will inflict maximal damage to Max Verney and I. And if you get rushed, I think that's a good strategy to do. Now, these guys are going to fight just right in that gate, so it's kind of like perfect lining up. Back here there's a few augurs. Augurs are just cool because they've got Fortune Teller, and then that old Fire Astral business. So this obviously is kind of far from ideal, like we don't have our Ice Guard in the middle, it's just our Solus. But we're fighting in the dark, so that's nice. In the dark, these guys have shit stats. I mean, I have shit stats too. And we do have 3 or 4 guys. I think we have 4 guys spamming Syllable of Death. Somebody had said these, if you're on the wall, you get a 20 protection buff. I kind of want to see. We'll pull that up when... It's definitely not built into the UI, but it may be built into the debug. Protection of the Slinger. Not very high. Yeah, these slingers are definitely not rolling with 20 protection. Maybe that's just versus, like, archers and stuff coming in the other side. Yeah, that's definitely not true here. Yeah, that's just like a 10 RNG on top of a 0 protection roll or something. What is that? Yeah, not sure. Anyway. But we take that pretty cleanly here. So we probably lost like 10 guys. 10 guys. And this was not an, an insignificant thing to kill. I mean, sure, it's not much, but these guys are pretty resource intensive. So this was a few turns of Ulmish infantry. And they're pretty good units. And then we killed 2 mages. And sure, these guys aren't great by themselves, but them getting... he could have had these guys attack out and retreat. And that probably would have been the better move, because these guys, once he gets some part of a communion, they can start doing some good stuff. So, anyway, we know he has Conjuration, so they can at least make fire elementals. Probably what I would have done here is have them make a few fire elementals. They probably would have killed about 30 or 40 undead. Maybe 40 if he did 2 fire elementals each at the front, so 4 total, which they could have done. So, I'm not sure. He took a long time to do his turn. And then he didn't really script it terribly well. But, yeah. I think 2 small fire elementals would have been the way to do that here. But, maybe he didn't want to waste the fire gems. And he's just going to hole up in his capital and have some epic defense there. So, could be reasonable. Hard to know. We have 1 good event where we got 4 water gems and no bad events. This point I will take it. We have started to starve here, which is a bit unfortunate. I think it's probably worth... I don't have a nature mage or anything. It's probably worth taking one of these guys off and raiding. Like... How much... We've only got to get supply down, like, 12. Well, maybe we just don't rebid some of these. Who are the most expensive and do the least? I feel like these archers are not super great. And they're kind of expensive. I wouldn't rebid all the mercs, but now that I'm looking at it... Yeah, I think we'll let go of the archers. And that'll mean next turn they're not going to be starving, which... I mean, I don't want these guys starving. So that will be okay. We are going to move some more dudes in. But I think we'll be okay. These guys don't eat, so they'll be fine. Now, I should get 1 battle out of them, so I can actually just sacrifice them. Or we'll move them here. Should be okay. The siege strength we have here is 108. With these guys ditching, it's going to be... 80? 88, or whatever. But we've got these guys coming in with another 80, so it's going to be like 160. So if you take the 100 we probably put on it this turn, and the 160 we're going to put on next turn, it'll be right at around 250 wall strength the turn after. And then when we move this army on top of it, then it will pop it. Now, importantly, let's look at what we have here. So the fort he got is the Forgotten Fortress, which is super badass. I mean, holy shit. Look at that. 4 gems from 1 site, and it gives you a free fort. So badass. And then we've got this, which gives you an Enchantress. Now, I haven't really thought through all the situations I might want these, but I do not believe I have but 1 Nature Mage. Or no, I have 2. So I have the water... No, I've got a few, actually. I've got the Nature Water Cross Path. My Nature randoms here will be... I'll have the Nature Blood, and then, again, the Nature Water. And then here I'll have Nature Astral. So these will actually be a nice addition to... to get me some magic diversity. The Nature Earth will be nice for things like Strength of Gaia. Nature Air will be things like Rainbow Armor. I'm not sure. I feel like there's other stuff in Nature Earth I'm not thinking of at the moment. I already have Nature Water. Yeah, Nature Air we already talked about. Nature Fire, that's a pretty weird one. That's just like fire ants and stuff. And then if I get a few of these, there's a good chance I'll get a Nature 3, which will be my highest Nature Mage. So definitely a nice site. I'm probably going to get a few of them. They're kind of expensive, so I'm probably not going to get a ton. But I dig. And yeah, Well of Whitewater. So all in all, it's a 6-gem site. So this is like taking a capital, except not the income part. But I do get a cool recruit, and then this fort is pretty nice. It's 500 wall integrity. So we'll be doing that. The word from Max Verney is he was here and here, and I think he moved here and here without any issue. Oh my god, there's something funny that happened. I cast Scrying right here. And man, when I tell you what, this game likes to kick you when you're down. When it rains, it pours. He got attacked by... So there was a Demon Gate, which is a good site to get. Because I think it can trigger, like, the Demon Gate series of events. But apparently some demons came out of it. This one, which has Bane Venom Charm. Kind of hilarious. But yeah. Which actually, it's good to know this, because if Max Verney ends up going in here and there's a Bane Venom Charm in my land, I'm going to tell him that I know that it's him and he should get it out. But so there's this guy here who apparently got diseased. I don't know if that's from the demon with the Bane Venom Charm or what happened. There's some wolves, which not totally sure where they came from. And then these guys, and I'm not sure which ones of these are PD or not. We'll look at, I don't know if I can see the battle report. But no, we already know. This guy may have been building a fort. Because I do not believe with this amount of PD you will get an indie, like you're not going to get 2 commanders with this much PD. And then he had this guy here, and then he had, so he was probably starting a little blood hunt operation is probably what happened. Man, talk about ultimate greed. If he really was blood hunting, God, he's so greedy. So greedy. Like, I mean, it's hard to even comprehend. Oh my god. Like, blood hunting is not something that pays off terribly quickly. So it's like another greedy thing. It's another thing to use mages for. Whereas things like reanimating skeletons, that pays off pretty damn fast in a lot of situations. So yeah, we'll watch this battle unfold. Yeah, these guys are... So he's got 2 mages. And these guys are very killy. Ooh, this is the Bane Venom Charm carrier. If they get him. They're probably about to run. And this guy is super close to dying. If these guys don't fail a morale check, like right now, this guy's dead. Probably caused him to rout. Oh my god, they got him to 1 HP. I didn't realize how close this was the first time I watched it. Look, and then they ran. Literally one more hit and these guys would have bailed. Actually, I'm gonna send him a message. I don't know if he noticed. You got 1 HP away from killing that demon commander. And then he loses that mage and this mage. So that was just painful. Now, there's also good sites here. There was a very good chance he was putting a fort up on top of this. And I can't watch the video, but we know he lost... He lost like 10 wolves. He lost 2 mages. 1 was cap only. And then he lost 1 commander, and he may have lost a fort. There may also be a lab here that was like a failed investment. This totally looks like he was putting a fort up here in the next turn or two. So that is when you're getting double teamed and then this event happens to you, like, I mean, that's a pretty scary little event. Yeah, it could have been some of the Demon Gate, like, this generates a story event, kind of, where you have like a chain of events. And when you have a Blood Mage there, I believe that is part of triggering the story event. So it could be that in some small way he brought, not some small way, in some way he brought this on himself. Like when he put a Rakatapa there, because you can put them here and summon Fiends of Darkness, which is probably what he was doing. By doing that, there's a chance this invasion will happen. So it's not really a random event. It's a pseudo-random event that he could have prepared for. Like, yeah. Anyway. And like, little things too. Like, if he summoned imps, he probably would have lived. So like, putting 2 Blood Slaves on a Rakatapa, having him summon imps. Having, like, if you're gonna be doing this, which was kind of risky, you know, having a bit more PD. But then it's like, in context of what's going on, like, there's a big army here, there's an army here. Apparently there's a fort here too, so at some point we'll probably start scrying. But in context of that, yeah, I don't know, you probably get the hell out of Dodge pretty fast. And like, if you're fighting Max Verney, he has a ton of stealthy units too, so... like flying stealthy units, so you never know when you're gonna get elfed. Speaking of which, we probably need to think about a not too late Mind Hunt, because that's gonna be... let's see how good Mind Hunt is gonna be against Max Verney. Okay, these guys have Astral, but they're really expensive. They're actually really good magic duel targets. These guys, no Astral, but they can magic phase attack as super combatants. So they're pretty scary. These guys, they can come in Astral. These would be decent Mind Hunt protection, but he would have to forge Shade Mails, which he does not have easy access to. And he's got these guys who are, you know, they'll be good, but they're actually really easy Mind Hunt targets. And these guys are stealthy. Do they come in Astral varieties? No. And these are not. So Mind Hunt's actually gonna wreck this guy. I mean, his only way to really counter Mind Hunt, like if he's gonna do stealthy raiding, is gonna be making Shade Mail Hawberks, which he does not have access to right now. So if I'm gonna go for Mind Hunt, let's think about it real quick. Gotta get Astral, I mean, Evocation 6, which... it's pretty non-synergistic for me. I can't do Wailing Winds. Stellar Cascades would be okay versus, like, super combatant-y things. Air... Storm would be nice in some situations. I'm not thinking, given who my neighbors are, Storm is going to be, like, a priority. Nature, I'll have some Nature. Nothing here that's terribly good. Just for the setup I'm going to have. We did get Freezing Mists as a kind of priority. That's why we got the Royal Navigator, so getting a little bit of evocation will be nice. Yeah, pretty unsure about going evocation, but... Thaumaturgy, which is the other requirement. You need Thaumaturgy 5, really, for Mind Hunt to do its thing. Yeah. Vengeance of the Dead. Don't really have... I mean, I guess I could do that later. Anything else? The curse could be maybe not really worth it. I mean, we can cast it, but yeah, Can target stealthy commanders. I guess this is just a single enemy commander. Yeah, I don't know. Not super. They could also hit a scout. That's kind of shitty. Nature, though, what do we get? Nature usually has some interesting things here. Gift of Reason, the Ravenous Swarm. That actually could be good, except we have a lot of undead, and this will target my guys too. But I don't have to use undead. So if somebody's using undead and I'm not, that would not be a bad thing to have in my pocket. You know, Growing Fury's okay to have in your pocket too. Nothing here I'm, like, loving so far. Yeah. The site-searching spells would be good, though. So anyway, we have options. Mind Hunt is something that I probably need to think about, because this guy is going to be very elfy, and Mind Hunt is very, very good against elves. And fortunately, I can make a lot of the things, like I have the Fire-Water Crosspath up here. I probably have... God, I'd actually have to get rid of it. No, I'm not going to get that lucky. What would I have to do? Yeah, I need a fire booster, which... not really going to have. Probably have to trade for a fire booster. Which I probably could do. Trade somebody on the other side of the world. But that would be really nice, because then I could make a Rune Smasher. That would make me happy. We're gonna do Astro... So let's look at kind of my plan now for this turn. So we're moving these guys in. They got all these Soulless out. We've got a shit ton of bodies here. There's 73. So we're gonna reanimate Soulless here with these guys. I've taken most of the army off of them. We've kept a few guys on because they can potentially go, like, expand here and stuff next turn and come take this. Gotta be a little careful because they can get Cloud Trapezed on by their god. Anyway, but I guess it's fine. We're gonna move an army here, and then from here we can move over here. And I think that will be okay. What I expect is gonna happen, he's probably... I think he had his army here, and he moved it here. And then next turn he's gonna move it here. Like so. Like, very high chance he's gonna move the army from here to here. First of all, if he didn't move here, he's in deep shit, because this is the only way to get back to his cap quickly. So I'm, like, pretty sure his army's here. Not, we'll see. But, so... his army's gonna be here, then next turn he's probably gonna move and patrol on top of his cap and, like, prepare it to be attacked, because we're gonna have, like, a, you know, pretty big army here. So it's gonna look like we're gonna attack. Well, what we're really gonna do is we're probably gonna split our army and send some just enough here to crack the fort, and then the rest over this way. And then these guys are probably gonna come over this way, and we're gonna just kind of get ready to eco. Now, I talked with Max Verney and was asking... we were kind of probing each other, saying like, hey, do you want to take the cap? So, I can tell he's not very comfortable taking it. And obviously we would like each other to take the attrition. Because like this will actually be a fight. So, yeah, we'll see. What I'm probably gonna do is just take all the stuff around his cap. And then, like, if I get all of this, I'll be pretty happy. So, we're gonna get to work on that pretty quick. We're gonna have a lot of Soulless here. This is gonna be like 45, so... yeah, there'll probably be one person, maybe two people left to reanimate, so we'll send one person this way. And then they'll probably come down here, and then we'll be here and here, and then we can consolidate both these armies here, and then take that. And then that would be a pretty decent chunk of land for me, and then maybe even, I have no idea what all they have, but like I'll be happy coming up this way. Just let me be big. I'm not too scared about it. Though we are potentially going to get to the size where we're going to get in trouble. But the other thing I was kind of... Okay, so those are the troop movements. Yeah. I cannot wait to have this, by the way. This earth income is going to just completely freaking rock. Because I need these earth gems. I got to get earth boots out and a hammer. The other problem I'm having... And I think I've got to bite it and get this guy this turn. Because in 2 turns, I'm going to have Construction 4 researched, and so far I have not gotten a single Earth random for my Warrior Smiths. Now, I'm sure that as soon as I make one of those Crystal Mages, I'm going to get an Earth random. See, they're all... Actually, I've gotten some pretty shitty rolls, because not only have I not gotten an Earth random, but I've gotten a lot of 2 rolls, whereas I think you have like a 50% chance of a 3 roll. Yeah. I've gotten kind of unlucky in general, but actually in general in this game, with the events and all that. So, okay, yeah. We're gonna get Solus here. I've got Solus in this fort. And all these forts I've mostly turned off. Let's double check. So I'm gonna turn off here. I want to level it out. Yeah, that'll be good. Maybe we'll make some more of these guys. They're pretty good. Because we'll be expanding from here, so it'd be good to have a you know, a 10 stack or whatever with these guys. The group that we're moving out is our Prophet group. So he will be getting rid of their Dominion and also capable of doing Power of the Sepulchre without the full Goon Squad behind him. Yeah, the Goon Squad, the people that we just moved in, they are just going to be sitting here reanimating Solus. So I'm not building a temple this turn because I'm really strapped on cash. I can't upgrade this fort even though I wanted to. It's kind of thing, when I build a lot of forts all at the same time, I end up like kind of going on a spree and then realizing I don't have quite enough money to upgrade all of them. But we're close. Like this fort we're upgrading. This fort we're upgrading. I don't think we're building any forts, so we're gonna kind of go through another glut phase where, yeah, we don't have enough money. Yeah, so I guess we're upgrading this one, we're upgrading this one, and we're upgrading, or we're not upgrading this one, but we need to. But I'm also doing, oh, we're not doing a lab here. Where the frick is all my money going? I know it's going somewhere. Probably could have told you a turn ago. How much death income do I have to? 2. Not a lot of death. I've actually site searched death kind of a bit, so it's a little disappointing. Oh, okay, a few more things. Here we're gonna patrol, and that's because we have heretics here. If you see this event, like, this, one of the reasons to actually read events, not in detail, but like, you need to know which events are worth actually, like, there's certain events that need to flag you, like, hey, I need to do something, and this is probably one of the most important ones. So when you're clicking through your events, make sure you're scanning for this. Sometimes you'll miss it and you'll just see you don't have a lot of candles in a province, and then always like hit I to pull this up, and it'll tell you what events happen in that province, and you're like, oh, a sectarian movement. So we're gonna patrol here, which should catch them, and then a battle will ensue. And then hopefully we kind of murderize all of them. Maybe we'll do 15 here, and then I don't really want these guys to die, so we'll position them a little farther back. I think that's kind of okay. There's another one here, and I'm going to use this army to kill that. Because I need my Dominion spreading. I don't want those guys crimping my style. Yeah, we're making more archers up here. I haven't gone ahead and made a temple here. I don't know if I'm going to. I don't think so, not yet. But one of these needs to get templed. This one, we've got to make this Crystal Mage, but after this we're going to be making Thaumaturgs. here we're one turn away from Nahuli, and here we're making warrior smiths. This one's probably going to get templed. I'll probably leave this one as a lab. I was going to build another fort here, but I think I'm just a little too strapped for cash at the moment. So I think what I'm going to do instead, getting another scout so we can send them up here. I'm going to go ahead and move a scout to this province, and then I can potentially ping their capital so I can see what's going on, which seems like a reasonable thing for me to do. And then, yeah. I think that's about it. I wonder if he has... I don't think he has spies, does he? Stealthy, he has a ton of stealth, but he does not have spies. He's also got, like, amphibious things, these little... I wonder kind of why he got them, the androliths or whatever they're called. Androids. You know, they're nice, because they've got, you know, an armor-piercing tentacle, and then a spear, and they, you know, they're not bad. Decent magic resistance. Spirit sight, which is nice. But their, you know, their stats are kind of meh. They've got Mind Blast, obviously, which is the main reason you get them, but I don't know if you're going to win an underwater war with those guys. Maybe you do. But anyway, he's probably going to get that lake from that. I don't think he's going to let me have it. I don't even know if I want it. It's going to have Satis Dominion all up in there. I can't build forts. I think it's probably not worth it for me. So I think that's it. We're moving this way. We're moving here. Getting scouts in position. Oh, where we... here we're doing Astral Window on 30, which I believe 30 is... Oh, right here. So, extremely likely that Max Fernie is moving from here to here, and I think this is his Van Here group. So I kind of want to see what his bless is, so anyway, this will give us a heads up, see exactly what he's running around with. But I think that's about it. We're going to wait here to build a fort next turn. And I think that's it, guys. I think that is it. The Yomi Dominion. He is kind of getting some, you know, moderate amounts of free spawn. I do need to think about taking this out pretty quickly. Maybe it's even worth... Oh. We're gonna have to stop fort production, turn on infantry production pretty damn soon. I think, like... I think what's gonna happen, because I need to get ready for my next war, and I've been a little greedy, I've, like, been turning off infantry production. I think what's gonna happen, we're gonna finish the forts we have. We're gonna continue raiding. I'm going to turn on infantry production, I think, in at least like 70-80% of my forts. And then if I have money left over, we'll upgrade stuff. Or like build more forts. Like I do want to put a fort here. But we'll see if I actually can manage that. Anyway. Alright guys, that is it. I was kind of hoping we had a more climactic battle, just because it would be cool, but I'm also kind of fine if Vanheim takes all that attrition and I take none. Anyway, take care everyone. Cheers.